We have Caio Borralho versus Gadzhi Omargadzhiev, and this is going to be a fun middleweight contest between UFC debutants. Once again, you have a dude in Borralho who can knock you out. He can strike into a decision battle with you. He could take you down and hold you there. You have Omargadzhiev who so this is a weird comparison, AJ, but hear me out. Do you agree with me when I say that? I think Omargadzhiev is reminiscent to a big, slow version of like a Zabit Magomed Sharapov in terms of the technical capacity, which he's able to throw his kicks in the pocket. Very technical in that style. Like he'll sit there, he'll play with you, but he'll do all of that technical striking just to set up his takedown. And once he's doing that takedown, he's slicing through your guard like butter. He's, you know what I mean, able to put you in a variety of different positions to be able to control you for the entire round. Like he can get you down and hold you down for an entire round, and it's not a problem. Would you agree with me there, or am I being too generalist when we're just talking about the Russians and we just say everybody is like Zabit, everybody is like Khabib, everyone's like Chimaev? Like, what do you think?
I can see how you would think that, but no, I agree with you. He really is. It's comparing a golden delicious to another bigger golden delicious apple.
Yeah,
You know, it's
yeah.
still the same thing, still the same size, just a little bigger, a little slower. But at the same point, Omar Gadziev, however, I'm gonna butcher that every single time I say it. He still is very fast and very strong for the division, but has that style. So I agree with you.
Yeah, man. And it's interesting because this dude opens up as a minus 140 favorite with the plus 120 underdog in Caio Borralho. Now, Caio Borralho, I think he is the more popular fighter. Personally, I think more people would know about him than they would know about Gadzhi. But either way, let's remember, it took him 2 fights to earn his UFC contract on the Dana White Contender Series. The first fight was a decision, and he didn't get the contract even though it was a pretty dominant decision. Then he comes back like 2-3 weeks later and says, all right, well, I'll fight again. What's up? And then he gets the finish win, early knockout, which was cool, right? It was cool, and he got the shot. But he was talking about it earlier, saying, "I gave you guys 2 like great performances, fantastic performances, da 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 da." And I'm like, well, don't be too high on yourself, right there, buddy. You know what I mean? The only reason I say that is because we know in Dana White Contender Series, you really have to be a finisher to earn contracts. That is what it is. But then again, Borralho is by all stretches of the imagination, he is a finisher, brother. 4 knockouts, 3 submissions in his 10 victories, 70% finish rate. Listen, man, his last loss was in his second professional fight, and that was in 2015 against Caio Carvalho. I butchered that terribly, man. It was, my Portuguese needs a little improvement. But either way, he lost via decision. That was his second professional fight. That was his last loss, brother. So he hasn't experienced an L in quite some time. And for Gadzhi Omargadzhiev, man, 13-0, undefeated. I mean, come on, brother. 8 knockouts, 3 submissions. Finisher versus finisher, brother. So this is what it comes down to. Once you see a fight like we saw at UFC 277 between 2 grapplers, Burns and Chimaev, right? And what happened? You ended up having a stand-up war. Now, I'm not going to say that these are 2 grapplers because Caio Borralho has a lot of a high tendency to be able to just sit there and strike with you. But if he feels like he needs to take you down, he will shoot that blast double. Gadzhiev wants to take you to the fight, or Omargadzhiev, apologies, wants to take you to the ground too. Are we seeing a kickboxing match here? Do you think Omargadzhiev is going to be able to take him down and control him? Why is he the favorite? Give me your take on this, brother.
If we do see a kickboxing match, I'm leaning a little bit more to Borralho because this dude with that karate style, he's very explosive. He sits back, he's patient, he has a bomb of a left hand. Power and chaos is all day for Borralho. At the same point, though, Omargadzhiev has the striking acumen to see those things coming and react to it and then go to his game plan. You know what I'm saying? Like this dude can see things coming and then shoot the double, get the takedown, get your legs wrapped up, go Russian smash style. And he has a little bit more towards that. So I do think, and don't get me wrong, Borralho can also defend himself on the ground. He's game there as well. You know, the in South America, they're always game anywhere the fight goes, and Borralho is very much that style. I personally think we're going to see a little bit of a washing machine, man. We're going to see the ups and downs. I think we're going to see Gadzhiev more on top, going to get that on top position, couple scrambles, back to the feet, kickboxing match, take it down again, up and down the entire time, which should be a very entertaining fight for these 2 prospects that when's the last time we've seen both and are, not ranked right next to these dudes named out of the co-main event. The UFC brass is holding these dudes very high standard right here.
Which also means they better deliver, right? Because you don't get this opportunity all the time. This is kind of a once-in-a-career type situation. I mean, obviously, you're both making your UFC debuts. So, listen, 9-fight win streak for Borralho, 13-fight win streak for Omargadzhiev. This should be a fun one. I do also want to note, Omargadzhiev is the only man in Dana White Contender Series history, only fighter in Dana White Contender Series history to finish a fight via knee bar. So I just wanted to put that out there. I thought that was kind of cool. All right, brother. So when it comes down to a couple of props, this is what I wanted to talk about. Now, this is going to be a little contrarian, but for Omargadzhiev to win via points, right, which I do think is a very high possibility, he's plus 235 prop for that one. So instead of that minus 140 money line, you have plus 235 for him to win on points. Or you have Borralho to win via knockout at plus 400 or decision at plus 350. Out of all of those props, which do you like the most?
Man, I mean that plus 400 by knockout, that's it can happen because Borralho has the style to get things done, man. He has that karate, like I said, that blitzing style where he uses he'll do a thing where he'll draw you in, kind of bounce on his feet, bounce, bounce, bounce. The second you rush in, he rushes in and attacks. That's how knockouts happen, man. So I like that 400. What was the number on the Omargadzhiev?
For Omargadzhiev by points, it's plus 235, excuse me.
Plus 235, not too bad. I still like the Borralho by knockout. I think that's one of the ones where, and it's ironic because I wrote this down. That's the bigger guess and bigger gamble. Like that's the one where it might happen.
Yeah.
A little more likely for the Omargadzhiev by points, but that plus 400 by knockout, man, there's nothing to scoff at right there.
And do we think that it's out of the realm of possibility for Borralho with that plus 350 by points? Do you think it's possible for him to win on points, or is that even the longest stretch right there?
I think that's even the longest stretch, man, because with the style that Omargadzhiev fights on, with the continuous takedowns and stuff like that, like it's going to be very hard for this dude to win by points, especially standing points.
Yeah.
If it stays standing, he can win a point battle, but I don't think it's not going to happen, man.
Yeah. I think this is going to be a hard fought, 3-round fight right here between Borralho and Omargadzhiev, but the over and under is 2.5 rounds. Brother, minus 115 apiece either way. So they're saying over and under, it's going to be basically even odds. Who are you giving the upper hand to, man? Who are you picking and why?
Man, this one I actually had to go to the odds books on this one when I was looking up. Man, this one's going to be a very close fight. It all depends on how things get going, whether we see the washing machine or we see the standing battle. Either way, man, I'm going with Omargadzhiev, and I'm going by decision. I think he has the skills to win this thing by points, control the entire match, control the entire fight, and then actually do things that he wants to do instead of being put in a position where Borralho has a little bit more tendencies to strike or options to win, if that's a better way of saying it. So like I said, man, I'm going Omargadzhiev by decision. What about you, Derek?
All right, brother. Yeah, I got to go Omargadzhiev here. I just think that the top control is going to be a little bit too much. I think that if Borralho does start having some real success on the feet, Gadzhiev is always going to be able to go and resort back to that grappling. I didn't say he's going to sit there and he's going to just maul him because Borralho is no slouch on the ground himself, but I do think that he should be able to do enough to be position over submission and win a point battle. So for that reason, I'm going the over. And I also do like that money line, man. I can't sit here. I like the money line, but I also like that prop bet that, let me see, for the Omargadzhiev by points at plus 235. I can't say that I don't like that. I'm going to be backing that one. So that is that for your co-main event, folks.